For the next 30 days, I'm setting out this camera in these woods to see what kind of animals are living out here. To make sure I actually catch something cool on camera, I'm gonna set out 3 different piles of food. So apparently there are fox and coyotes out here, so I'm gonna try to get them on camera. So the last pile of food will be specifically for this. To get a good idea of what's hanging around this creek, I put the camera out for 24 hours without any food. This way I can compare the 3 different types of food and see which attracts the most animals.
Here it is all set up.
Now we wait. The first 24 hours flew by. Let's see what the camera caught. The first animal to show up was this white-tailed deer. Typically, males are the only ones to grow antlers, but there are records of females with high levels of testosterone that have grown antlers too. That's extremely rare, so it's safe to say that this is a male. The next animal was another white-tailed deer, this time a female, but she wasn't alone. Lurking in the back was this opossum. They're North America's only marsupial, which means they have a pouch like kangaroos. I have no idea what the last animal of the night was. It was close enough to trigger the camera, but never fully showed itself. Hopefully with the right pile of food, I can figure out what kind of animal it was. For the next 10 days, I'm setting out these walnuts. I cleaned, cured, and even tried them myself, and they're not that bad. I'll put that rock there, put the food on top of the rock, right in front of the camera. My idea was that the rock could sort of be like a plate. All right, before I check the camera again, I'm gonna leave these out here for 10 days or until they're all gone. I have a feeling they're not gonna last 10 days, but I'll keep checking out here every once in a while to see if there's any left. And we wait some more. It's been 5 days, so I'm checking in on the walnuts. Let's see if the camera caught anything interesting. For the first 2 days, there was nothing on the camera, which I didn't expect after that first night, but on night 3, I caught my first visitor. It's this raccoon, and it's flipping rocks. These animals are very smart. There are several studies that show that they're capable of solving complex problems just for a meal. This one doesn't seem very interested in the perfectly good pile of food in front of it. On day 4, the camera picked up these blue jays and these gray squirrels. I was almost certain that the squirrels were going to be the ones to clear out the pile of food first. Even though I did most of the hard work for them, they didn't care about the pile of walnuts, so I'm leaving it out for another 5 days. It's day 10 now, and something has eaten the walnuts. Let's see what we got. On night 6, the buck from the very first 24 hours showed up again, but the food is still untouched. During the next day, this doe came, and again, the food is still there. This raccoon came for a drink on night 9. On the morning of day 10, something interesting happened. The pile of food is noticeably smaller, but the camera didn't catch whatever came and got the walnuts. Incredibly disappointing. Before setting out the next pile of food, I set the camera sensitivity to high. For the next 10 days, I'm setting out this bag of food. It's supposed to bring in blue jays, chickadees, squirrels, chipmunks, and woodpeckers. Inside we have corn, gray striped sunflower seeds, black oil sunflower seeds, that's 2 types of sunflower seeds, and peanuts. A few walnuts sitting around here. Add them back to the pile. The first to come check out the pile of food was a doe that we've seen before. On day 12, the opossum came back, but we also had a new visitor. It's a striped skunk. When threatened, they can spray their extremely bad-smelling musk up to 15 feet pretty accurately, and I'm glad this one didn't. On day 13 was the first time I saw 2 does eating together. The camera didn't catch anything on day 14 and 15, but on day 16, these 2 were enjoying the pile of food. On day 17, I caught a deer in the day for the first time, and on day 18, there were 2 raccoons walking along the creek. On day 19, a group of American crows came. Crows are considered some of the smartest animals on the planet. Their intelligence is comparable to a chimpanzee's. That night, there were 2 does and 1 raccoon. I checked the camera on day 20. For the final 10 days, I'm setting out these 3 frozen tilapia. Since the coyotes and foxes are carnivores, I thought it would be a good idea to set out meat to hopefully catch them on camera. So you know the drill. For the next 10 days, gonna let this stay out here. Let's see what we get. On day 21, the opossum was the first to come check out the fish. But for the next couple days, the fish were left completely untouched. I came out here to check on the fish. It's only been a few days, and look, they're gone. And there's literally no traces of any of them anywhere around here. So I guess I'm just gonna have to check the camera and see what we got. That night, the fish went missing, and I couldn't believe who was responsible. Coyotes, and there were actually 2 of them. They're a highly adaptable species found throughout North America. They can be found in a ton of different habitats. I know the whole reason for me setting out the fish was to catch the coyotes on camera, but I honestly can't believe that it actually worked. Looking back, the birdseed mix definitely brought in the highest diversity of animals. I know the fish didn't last the full 10 days, but I got what I was trying to catch on camera, so I think this is the perfect place to cut it.